Ladies and gentlemen, we got our first look at Omarion Hampton for the Los Angeles Chargers this year. He made his pro debut in the Hall of Fame game against the Detroit Lions, and he got 3 carries on the first drive. After that, he was done. But we get to take a look at those 3 plays and really break them down and see why the results were what they were. So let's jump right into it right here. The first run of the day, the Chargers are going to be running a little bit of power, right? We're going to see that fullback or H-back pull around trying to kick out the end. We're going to see the guard pull around trying to go for that front side linebacker. We're going to get the double team to the backside linebacker, and then Omarion Hampton is just going to read it from there. But the problem is, essentially everybody involved in this play blows their assignment, which is what you are pretty much used to seeing in preseason play football. The H-back there misses the end. The double team doesn't come off on the backside linebacker, and the guard misses his block as well. So therefore, Omarion Hampton is forced to sort of bounce this thing back outside where a waiting cutback defender is there waiting for them, and he ends up getting tackled. One more time, again, go all the way back here. Fullback misses, guard misses as well, as you'll see here in a second. The double team doesn't come off on the backside linebacker, and it's just that he drags a couple defenders to get a couple extra yards. But preseason offensive line, what can you say? Next up here, okay, now this one we're just going to have a little bit of G action. He's going to be pulling around the guard, that is really going to look to kick out the edge. But again, offensive line preseason play, I'm not sure what the guard was doing here at all, because he just kind of completely looks like he has a brain fart, if I'm being honest with you. But it does end up in a successful play because of Omarion Hampton. Look, we end up getting a free rusher in, which really should end up being the guy the guard blocked. But you can see Hampton, boom, breaks that tackle, runs right through him. 52, no thank you. And it takes a number of guys to bring him down. This was, I mean, he only had 3 runs on the night, but this one was by far easily the most impressive. So again, you'll see here the guard is pulling around. Really should have took care of this free defender hitting off the edge right there, that linebacker, but he doesn't. But Omarion Hampton breaks that tackle, and runs through a couple more. And there his most successful run of the night for Omarion Hampton. Alrighty, and from this final play, I really think Omarion Hampton had a chance to score a touchdown here. As far as the run concept goes, this is what it looks like. They're going to pull the center around to the backside, and it's going to be Trey Lance reading this defender over here that you'll see come into the screen in a second, right? And, you know, it's really fuzzied up at the line of scrimmage. Again, mentioned that preseason offensive line play, right? So what we're going to see here is Trey Lance is just going to read this defender. If this defender crashes, he's going to hand it off to the running back out wide. If he flows with the running back, the quarterback is just going to keep it and I assume follow his blockers to the back side. Now, at this point, Trey Lance, deems that this defender crashed enough to hand it off. That's fine. Hampton takes the snap. I don't know why the screen got all fuzzy like that. Let me replay it. There we go. And I think at this point, this is where he really had a chance to cut this thing up here for a possible touchdown. You can see he has a wide receiver down there blocking for him, and he has another receiver to the bottom right who is setting up perfectly to wall this thing off for him to cut this thing inside for a touchdown, right? But for whatever reason, he decides to bounce it outside and try to outflank this defender. It doesn't work. Defender makes a good tackle, and that is all she wrote for Omarion Hampton's preseason debut. Now, would you like to see a little bit more physical attempt at this defensive back right here? Maybe run through and put your shoulder down? Sure, right? But DB made a good tackle, and that is what it is. If you guys enjoy content like this, I would appreciate you like the video. It does mean a lot, and possibly even subscribe. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.